Hey yo, what it do? I'm Naye Liggines, and we back with another Elevation Talks, man. Yo, listen, I'm so excited to be here. If you new here, we appreciate you tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share the video. And if you're returning, hey yo, that means you ready to continue to level up. I like that, you know what I'm saying? Keep showing up. You're going to start seeing results.
I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, run it. Ooh, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. Yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. Yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my.
But yeah, before we get started, yo, make sure y'all hit that like button, that follow button, share it with your friends, share it with the fam, drop the comments in the chat if this has been helping you. You feel what I'm saying? We want to know what's going on. So yo, I don't know who need to hear this, but let me just tell you, the number one thing that's holding you back from achieving everything that you say you want to do is your self-doubt. Yeah, there's somewhere in your mind where you like, this ain't gonna work. Nah, I'm not good enough. I don't know what I'm doing. Like, you hear that saying of like, you're your own worst critic. It's true. You are. Over the years, you've heard so many people downplay you. You know what I'm saying? Tell you that you're not going to be nothing. Tell you that you don't know what you're talking about. Tell you that your situation ain't big enough and ain't real enough and this and that. And so what you've done is you've allowed that self-doubt to begin to grow in your mind. And at some point, you started believing it. You know what I'm saying? At some point, you started believing, you know what? My story ain't good enough. You know what I'm saying? My skill set's not good enough. Like, do I even speak proper enough to start the podcast or be a host or whatever it is that you want to do? But guess what? Just like you had to train your mind to be your worst critic, now you got to retrain your mind to be your biggest cheerleader. Yeah, you got to start speaking life into yourself. I say all the time, man, there is power in your tongue, right? There are power in your words. That's why it's so important that we make sure that we're not speaking any negative talk, any negative thoughts. We're not allowing any of that to enter into this space, because what you don't recognize is this space is very sensitive. This space is very critical up here. You know what I'm saying? When you're around people that's telling you that you can't do it, really what they telling you is they wasn't strong enough to do it. So now they trying to put their fear and whatever it is that they got going on that kept them from doing it, they're trying to now put it on you. You know what I'm saying? And at some point, you got to be strong enough mentally to be like, yeah, that might be your situation, but that won't be my situation. That won't be my story. You know what I'm saying? So it's important that you start speaking life into yourself. You know what I'm saying? One thing that I love to do, and my friends and family, they'll tell you, like, it might sound crazy, but when I'm by myself, I talk that talk. You know what I'm saying? I let myself know how valuable I am, how dope I am, how cool, like just everything. Like I literally speak life into myself. You know what I'm saying? When I'm out doing my thing and I celebrate my small wins, I tell myself, hey, yo, you did a really good job today. You know what I'm saying? I like when you did X, Y, Z and da-da-da-da-da. Like I be having full-blown conversations with myself. And I know, and I don't care who around. You know what I'm saying? I have some people looking at me like, are you talking to yourself? Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not waiting on nobody to be my biggest cheerleader. I'm my biggest cheerleader. I'm the one that's pushing myself to continue to go higher and do more. You feel what I'm saying? So that positive talk, that thing gonna carry you a long way. So don't feel crazy doing it. Just start speaking life into yourself. And at some point, as you start to speak it and you start to believe it, that thing gonna start sitting up here, and as you're starting to do things, you gonna hear that voice in your head like, yeah, come on, keep going. Oh yeah, you doing it. Like, yeah, keep knocking it out. Ba-da-da-da-da. You feel what I'm saying? So yo, I'm telling you, start speaking life into yourself. You understand what I'm saying? You gotta flip the script on your self-doubt, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what it come down to. You gotta flip the script. You know what I'm saying? You gotta go outside the norm, forget all the outside noise, flip the script. You hear me? Another thing you got to do is set micro goals, man. It's like, I know it can be overwhelming when you thinking of like the big goal, you know what I'm saying? The outcome, what it's going to be, what it's supposed to be, what you want it to look like, what you want it to feel like. And it's like, we oftentimes get overwhelmed by what we wanted to look like, what we wanted to feel like the level of perfection that we wanted to be. You know what I'm saying? But we got to remember that we got to start small. It's okay to dream big. You're supposed to dream big. You know what I'm saying? But when you dream big, you got to remember to start small. You got to always remember that God is not going to give you a vision that fits your current circumstances. Like, that's the whole purpose of it being a dream. That's the whole purpose of it being a vision. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's showing you like, yo, this is what it could be. But you got to do the work to get there. You understand what I'm saying? You got to position yourself. You got to start stepping outside of your comfort zone. You got to start showing up for yourself. You got to start carving out dedicated time to really make those things happen. So that's why it's important to really set those micro goals and really just figure out, okay, if this is the bigger goal, right? If this is where we're going, how do we get there? You know what I'm saying? And from there, that's when you start to really just dive in and dig in and take those steps to achieve the big goal. But one thing that happens is a lot of us forget to celebrate the small wins along the way. You know what I'm saying? We so focused on the big goal and the big results that we forget that even the smallest success matters too. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's important to literally like take, when you write down your sub goals, you literally, as you checking them off, go celebrate, go reward yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because what you're doing is you're letting yourself know, yeah, yo, I'm proud of you. You know what I'm saying? We achieved it. We did it. Like, look, we done made progress. And ultimately, that's what you want, progress. Because the only way you're going to make it to that big goal, the only way you're going to achieve that big goal is by making progress. So yeah, don't forget to celebrate your small wins. Your small wins matter just as much as your big wins matter. What you're really doing is you're teaching yourself how to celebrate your wins. Because what you're going to do when you get to the big win, or you going to go all out, you know what I'm saying? Like, you going to shut it down. Like, it's up. You're going to be lit. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, don't forget to celebrate the small wins. They matter too. Hey, yo, and my third tip, the third strategy that you can follow, and this right here, I mean, I done gave you some good tips already, but this one right here, this right here is the game changer. We already know that we got in our mind, we want it to be perfect. We talking about just perfection. And that right there is what kills us. Stop aiming for perfection and start aiming for progress. You know what I'm saying? When you come to a space where it's like you feel like that was a failure, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's say, for example, you posted some content and you didn't get as many views and likes and all of that stuff as you wanted. And you might look at that as a failure. Now, don't look at that as a failure. Look at that as feedback. Like, okay, what can I learn from this? What can I do differently next time I do this? You know what I'm saying? The whole goal is to continue to get better. You know what I'm saying? Start figuring out what work and what don't work. So that way you can start putting your playbook together on the moves that you need to make. You know what I'm saying? So start looking at failure as feedback. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what's going to help you overcome that self-doubt. And ultimately, you know what I'm saying, make you stronger than your excuses. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times what we do is we'll look at failure. We'll look at it like, man, you know, I tried that last time and it didn't work. Guess what? Last time is not this time. You know what I'm saying? Like your mindset is different. Your energy is different. Your passion is different. Like you can't focus on the last time, and you also can't focus on, well, that so-and-so tried it and it didn't work for them, so it probably ain't gonna work for me. Nah, their situation is not your situation. So you have to try it. You have to try, and you have to take the failure as feedback and keep going. Let me ask you this. When you was learning how to tie your shoes, did you get it right the first time around? I would be honest and say no. It took me a minute. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with your ABCs. When you was learning your ABCs, did you get it the first time around? Definitely not me. I had to keep trying. I had to be like, okay, I missed a letter. Okay, let's try it and go back again and remember to add this, do that. Like, you have to keep telling yourself, yo, okay, this happened. How do I learn from it? You know what I mean? And that's what's going to help that self-doubt that self-doubt gonna start getting smaller and smaller. It's gonna start shrinking to a point where like it's not even gonna exist. You know what I'm saying? You're not even gonna look at L's the same. You're gonna be looking like, oh, you thought that was a loss, but really that was a win because there was a lesson in that loss. Hey yo, all I'm saying is you have the power to be stronger than your excuses. You got to start believing it. You got to start speaking it, and you got to start believing it, yo. Self-doubt may be your companion for a while, but just know it don't have to be your master. You know what I'm saying? You and self-doubt been friends for a long time, but it's time for y'all to break up. You feel what I'm saying? It's time for y'all to like, yo, part ways. You can no longer be a part of my life because where I'm going, you don't fit. You understand what I'm saying? That's what you got to start telling your self-doubt. You no longer fit where I'm going, and set it up and run it up. Apply these strategies, man. Apply these tips, and I guarantee you, you're going to see some changes in your life effectively and immediately. Come on. This has been another Elevation Talks, yo. I'm Naye Liggines. Remember to follow me on IG at Naye Liggines. Remember to subscribe to the page, Elevation Talks, and we're going to be right back at you with another one. All right? Peace.
I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, yeah, run it. Ooh, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. Yeah, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. Yeah, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my